花に舞古希の絵きみりみり細かえのべおねいおパパリナえこくはなほぽひびあんにぺあひほぽりえなへなへばれこくりえぬくもりおえほばわえパフワえいるなはいないあんまいあんなかぷわなりりうえの花にまいえおべりりういこいのはかはいからうぬおはばいね
Nona kupna ko iuha ike ia ko aloha uahi ipa ia ke ala na o ko kino kau elia mau My own, you were sent from heaven above. In my bosom, I'll caress you with a lullaby. Oh, Ilani, my own, you were sent from heaven above. In my bosom, I'll caress you with a lullaby. Ooh, Ilani.
Hanno hanno hannalei kawanu e pakika ikahilimu o manu akafa I laila ho iau a I ke I hoe I ka hana hu I koni koni ka ili E aloha ka hione o bua rose I ko o pe ia e kuna kai A kahi ho iau a I ke I kanani Hano hano hanale ko anui Hano hano hanale ko anui E pakika I ka hilimu o manu a kepa I laila ko iau a I ke I hoe I ka hana hu I koni koni ka ili E aloha ka hione o bua rose I ko o pe ia e kahuna kai A kahi ho iau a ike I kanani Hano hano hanale I kauanui Hano hano hanale I kauanui
Aloha, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Royal Hawaiian Band, formed here in 1836. 100 years ago, we were right here for a celebration of this kind. You've been listening to Kala'i Stern, vocal, male vocal, and Ku'ulei Hazelwood as our hula dancer. And to close off our portion of the concert, we're going to bring to you the one and only Miss Karen Ke'ave Hawaii with Puolilia.
E ka ua ke nihia e nei la ina pali ka helena o ia pua ia ko ia ke popohe mai nei ia uka o e nau Iwa lea ai me he ala nana o kupua e pua we nau I lei mawai ke ala kupua lilia au he E ka ua ke nihia e nei la ina pali ka helena ia pua ia ko ia ke papohe mai nei ka ia ka e nau iwa lea
Ladies and gentlemen, Pai Lima Kako, the Royal Hawaiian Band, Karen Kaleolani Kiawe, Hawaii. E na hoa maka mai Hawaii nui o ke awia hiki ni iho ka helelani na kamaaina na malihini aloha. For those of you that do not speak Olelo Hawaii, hi. We're really glad that you could be here. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able, and we'll ask you to remove your hats if you're able, and please rise for the posting of the colors. Presentation of the colors this morning. Presenting the Honolulu Fire Department's Honor Guard. Presenting the Hawaii National Guard Royal Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem and Hawaii Pono'i by the Royal Hawaiian Band.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red gleam, the bombs bursting in me, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hawaii Pono'i Nanai Komoi Kalani Ali Ke Ali Makualani Kamehameha na kawae pane me ka ihe makualani kamehameha
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your Royal Hawaiian Band, Hawaii Air National Guard, and Fire Department Honor Guard. Sir, are we staying in place? Copy that. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. For those of you that are members of the public, you're here on a special day, and I do want to mention that because otherwise you'll probably go away walking away thinking that we do this every Thursday. However, the Royal Hawaiian Band is here every Friday, so you might want to make note of that in case you want to come back tomorrow and hear more of the Royal Hawaiian Band. Ladies and gentlemen, aloha. We are delighted that you are here today in truly a historic ceremony in honor of the centennial anniversary of the Hawaii Red Cross. I'm Billy V. from Hawaii Sunrise, and it's my pleasure to be your MC today. Special welcome this morning. We'd like to say welcome to First Lady Dawn Amano Ige. Nice round of applause. Members of the State House and the House of Representatives, Pa'ipa'i Lima Kāko, and members of the Honolulu City Council, mahalo. What an honor it is to be here next to the majestic steps of Iolani Palace, the royal residence of our Hawaiian monarchy. In 1917, imagine for a couple of moments, World War I is raging around the world. Even Hawaii, a splash of islands in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, found itself fully engaged. The center of many Hawaii Red Cross activities was here at Iolani Palace. Volunteers were busy prepping thousands of surgical dressings and other supplies inside the palace in the throne room. And right here on the grounds of Iolani Palace, the Hawaii Red Cross was staging its very first membership and war fund drive. Over 16,000 people, if you can imagine, that's 1/6 of the total population of Oahu at that time, joined the Red Cross, raising over $38,000. If you can imagine, I want to kind of take you back and kind of imagine crowds lining the streets of our downtown Honolulu, and on a special streetcar, the Royal Hawaiian Band. And just imagine them playing the hits, the Bruno Mars music of the time.
Sounds like you could hear them right now.
Even the technology of the time was different. They didn't have wireless microphones back then. Now, if you can imagine, ambulances parading around, and the Hawaiian Electric Company, the sponsor of today's event, sounded a big whistle every time 500 new members joined the Red Cross. Her Royal Majesty, Queen Liliuokalani, she became the 8,000th member, and a hiko whistle rang out special for her as she was presented with a special membership pin. Her Royal Majesty, Queen Liliuokalani. She ardently supported the Red Cross efforts to bring comfort to those suffering during wartime. She and her followers demonstrated this commitment. They sewed a huge Red Cross flag. 100 years ago, September 14th, 1917, just a few weeks after the American Red Cross Honolulu chapter was officially chartered, Hawaii Territorial Governor Lucius Pinkham and Queen Liliuokalani's secretary, that was Colonel Curtis Ioke at the time, presented that Red Cross flag to members of the Honolulu chapter on the steps of our Iolani Palace. It's special to note the note that went along with that flag. It was handwritten by the Queen herself.
And it said, "The flag is an expression of my warm and hearty sympathy with the cause of humanity and an abiding faith in the work of the patriotic women in Hawaii. In presenting this emblem of the Red Cross, may I suggest that it be first displayed over the executive building so that all who see it may be reminded of their patriotic duty and know that beneath its folds, in the throne room of Iolani Palace, sits a group of silent workers giving of their time and untiring efforts in the work of alleviation and mercy." What an amazing gift, what powerful words from Her Majesty the Queen. The flag served as a symbol of her support, and it was flown over Iolani Palace as a constant reminder of the help and relief that this organization, the Red Cross, gave to people affected by the war. And the gesture by the Queen was very important to the people of Hawaii in uniting everybody under a good cause in the aloha spirit. And so we're gathered here this morning under the great same cause to show our aloha for the Hawaii Red Cross. The Red Cross's legacy of compassion is made possible only through the work of its volunteers. Volunteers like Princess Kaiulani, who along with 300 other women took care of sick and injured soldiers. They were en route from the Philippines during the Spanish-American War. Today, Red Cross volunteers like State House Representative Ryan Yamane continue this legacy of compassion.
Aloha, everybody, and thank you for coming. I am humbled and honored to speak today about the American Red Cross, the Hawaii chapter, here at Iolani Palace, a spiritual place which exemplifies dignity and grace. When I was asked to speak at the Queen's Palace, I remembered the Queen's words of "E oni pa'a kako," to be steadfast, established, firm, resolute, and determined. That is what the Red Cross symbol, that flag, means to many of us who serve during times of preparation and disaster. Dr. Mary Kavena Pukui described what we do as Red Cross volunteers as kukulu kumuhana, the pooling of strength, emotional, psychological, and spiritual, for our shared purpose. This group dynamic is characterized by the spiritual elements and directed in a positive goal, a unifying force of service and aloha. To all my fellow Hawaii Red Crossers and all who have ever put on the vest, volunteered or allowed their loved ones to volunteer, donated their time and money, know that we are all one ohana. To all those who are deployed and helping people across our great nation, we wish you a speedy and safe return. We are volunteers with the heart to serve during times of great suffering. When we serve, we give with all of our hearts and with a sense of aloha. Yet we return home with a heart filled with love. I am constantly amazed that during times of great calamity, the essence of aloha shines through. I remember responding to a house fire in which everything was destroyed. As I approached the mother of four, she held her children close to her and cried. I thought, what can I say? There is no words or gestures that can fix this. There are no gifts or information that I can give to replace their lifetime of memories. So I sat with her quietly, allowing her to grieve, and just comforted her children. A few minutes later, she said, I am so sad because my son lost all of his birthday presents, and I don't want him to miss out. Before anyone could respond, this young boy hugged his mother and said, Mom, we are together. We are okay. That is the best gift ever. In that moment, I realized the power of love and resilience will overcome any obstacle. We, the volunteers, want people across our state and across our great nation to know that when called upon, we, the American Red Cross Hawaii chapter, will answer the call and serve with aloha and with all of our hearts. Thank you.
Mahalo, Ryan, for your humanitarian service. Another hallmark of compassion is Red Cross life-saving training, as demonstrated by one Daniel Inoue. 17 years old, he was a Red Cross volunteer. He was called into service as he was outside in the yard, and he called out to his dad because they heard explosions in the distance. Then they saw planes flying over the house. So what did he do? He grabbed 2 pieces of bread. He pedaled his bicycle 1 mile to the Red Cross First Aid Station at Lunalilo School and used his first aid training to help with civilian casualties. He worked nonstop. Not that day, not a couple of days. He didn't come home for 5 days. Our late Senator Daniel Inoue. And Red Cross staff member Alofa Ofagalilo knows all too personally the importance of life-saving training.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alofa Ofagalilo, and I have been a CPR and first aid instructor for the Hawaii Red Cross for a little over 10 years. I want to share you my experience. Just this past February, I was getting ready to go to work when I suddenly started shaking and feeling nauseated. I went unconscious and was likely found by my 25-year-old daughter, who I taught CPR to along with all of my other children, 6 of them. And she was able to go through the steps of checking me, calling my other daughter to call 911, and then performing CPR on me. She performed CPR on me for about 3 to 4 minutes until the ambulance arrived and probably saved my life. Afterwards, she told me that she was so grateful that she was taught CPR because she felt confident in that type of emergency situation. Without her training and knowledge of CPR, I am sure that I would be here. Then I am not sure I would be here standing in front of you this morning. I am so honored to have the opportunity to teach the Hawaii community these types of life-saving skills so they can also feel confident in helping their family and friends in potentially life-saving, life-threatening situation. Because that is what all the Red Cross is all about. Red Cross is about neighbors helping neighbors to fulfill our mission of saving lives, giving hope and love to those in need. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Aloha.
Mahalo, Alofa, for sharing your story with us. And finally, we want to share how the Red Cross helps our dedicated military service members and their families during times of crisis. When this happens, the Red Cross works 24/7 to send an emergency message to the military member wherever they are in the world to bring them home. It's my pleasure to introduce Captain Jay Trinidad.
Good morning, Ms. Matayoshi, family and friends. I'm Jay Trinidad with the Honolulu Police Department and I'd like to share my experience with the American Red Cross in my current uniform, HPD, and my other uniform as a soldier in the United States Army Reserve, so go Army. But before I start, I was told that there was no other first responders or military personnel giving remarks this morning. So thank you for allowing me to comment from both of my professions. And Carly, I guess it's like rainbow driving. I'm your 2-for-1 special for today. Back in 2005 and 2006, I was stationed in Bakuba, Iraq, which is about 35 miles north of the capital of Iraq, which is Baghdad. My team consisted of, well, we were the interface between the US military and the Iraqi populace. We consist of police officers, love the cops, attorneys, yes, we love attorneys, State Department and medical personnel, including a personal friend of mine, an Army nurse. She truly lived aloha in the middle of the hot Iraqi desert with a reassuring smile and cool demeanor. However, midway during our tour, she appeared to be just going through the motions. Her mind was back here on Oahu. She's constantly thinking of her auntie, who was suffering from a terminal medical condition. She was torn between her team duties and family obligations. But I kept on telling her, hey, the war is going to carry on with or without you. You need to be home. So with that important Red Cross emergency message in hand, our nurse was able to be with the rest of her family when her auntie peacefully passed away. And when she came back to join us back in Iraq, everything was not good, it was better. Her head was back in the game. Now in this uniform, along with Honolulu Fire and the Emergency Services Department, the EMS guys, I always like to call us the First Responder Trinity. Just like any other organization, we're not perfect. We have our share of issues. But somehow, and I know you folks can all agree, somehow Honolulu seems to take care of business. Whether it be contraflowing traffic on Farrington Highway on the west side for EMS to work on the victims of that 3-car accident, reuniting a 5-year-old girl with her lost parents, and I say lost parents because there's no such thing as a lost child, at the 50th State Fair, or working with our firefighter brethren on July 14th in evacuating the residents of the Marco Polo high-rise, in which 3 people lost their lives in that 7-alarm fire. It's the aftermath of such incidents that the Red Cross really shines. For the Marco Polo, not only was an emergency shelter set up at Iolani School, meals and snacks were also provided to the affected residents and the first responders, which is pretty cool. As I always joke, years ago when I worked with newly minted officers fresh out of the academy, you can't fight crime on an empty stomach. Yesterday, while on the organization website, the following statement stood out. 90% of the Red Cross workforce are volunteers. I'm sure they've been asked why would they be willing to give up their personal time to deal with people at their lowest, much like the first responders. You don't call us when you're having your birthday, yeah? You call us at your lowest, yeah? I know personally you've been called in the middle of the night when Waianae residents have been told to immediately evacuate their houses due to the gas line leak, or to console with an elderly couple who just lost their condo in that 7-alarm fire when it was just 3 years to being paid off. This brings to mind a quote from the World War II hero, Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle of the Army Air Corps, Army. He led a squadron of bombers in a raid on the Japanese mainland, staffed by, you guessed it, volunteer crews. He once said, there's nothing stronger than the heart of a volunteer. American Red Cross, thank you for your heart and passion in working with us, the first responders, other local, state, and federal agencies, all 5 branches of the U.S. Armed Forces, and continue to build and strengthen our island, our state, and ultimately our nation's resiliency. Mahalo nui loa, and thank you very much for all that you do. Thank you.
I have one more introduction to make, but I'd like to do one more thing first, just to keep this in order. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able to. We're going to retire the colors at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. One more time, a nice round of applause for Honolulu Fire Department's Honor Guard and Hawaii Air National Guard Royal Guard. Usually when it comes to this portion of the program, I usually change my introduction a little bit. And I do this for special reasons, especially today, because our next speaker often puts everybody else in the spotlight. And their job is to do so much for so many people, not only here, but literally throughout the Pacific region and literally throughout different parts of the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you. Please welcome the CEO of the American Red Cross Pacific Islands region, Coralie Matayoshi.
Wow, I've never had a Billy V introduction like that. We are incredibly grateful to each and every one of you for helping us perpetuate our mission of preventing and alleviating human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors. We're also very humbled to have received Queen Liliuokalani's flag 100 years ago, and that original flag is up near the quilt room of Iolani Palace, and I hope that you will take this opportunity after the program to see that flag. Thank you all so much for being here.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we'd like to do is, if you'd like a better view of the flag being raised over Iolani Palace, we'd like to actually ask you to exit the tent, because if you're under the tent, you won't be able to see the flag going up. And you can start to have them make their move. And while the flag is being raised, there will be also a blessing by Kahu Kekoa Cordell, who joins us from the Kamehameha Schools.
O ka hope o ke kaoha, o ke aloha ia, mai loko mai o ka nao mai mai. A me ka manao mai kai, a me ka paulele o ia I o. He aloha ko ia Kristo Iesu, I ko ka kohaku, I ka mea, I ho I kaika mai iau. No ka mea ua manao mai o ia e kupa ana au. A ua ho lilo mai iau no ke ia oi hana. Mahalo ke akua for the strength that we receive as this flag shows proudly that red cross of sacrifice, of blood, of generosity. We consider it faith that you have put us into service. And so this hai represents that today as it flies above the Iolani Palace to represent 100 years ago the flag that flew above this building upon the mast. Mahalo kia kua amene no kia kua pau. Amen.
Mahalo kahu. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special performance for you. And if you'd like to sit down, you may sit down inside the tent, or if you'd like to be outside in the air and watch the flag waving high above the palace, please welcome Henry Kapono.
Aloha. Good morning, everybody. I'm honored to be here and blessed to be here today to celebrate the 100 years of a wonderful organization, the Red Cross. Also here to sing a song that was written here by one of my favorite songwriters, and one of my favorite human beings, the Queen Liliuokalani. Ai ai kalani aoko ya io hemolele hoi Himalele hoi kono mihiana apao ia o e kulama konani ko konani ko mainana ino na heba o kanaka akae hui kala ama e ma eno ama e ma no laila e kaku malalo ko e kumalu hia amaua
Queen's Prayer, Henry Capono.
So, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are our VIPs, what we'd like to ask, if you'd be willing, and we'll kind of tell you more about it in just a few moments, but we'd like to invite you onto the stairs of Iolani Palace to take a picture together. And there's kind of a significance behind that. So if you'd like to, come on up to the stairs and we'll all take a picture together. And I know that this may seem like it's a heavy day, especially with a beautiful song like that as you're seeing the flag. But think of it this way. 100 years ago, there were people probably right where you are looking up at the flag. 100 years later, the Red Cross is stronger than ever and helping more people than ever before. And who knows what another 100 years will bring. Family, come on up. Let's go take a picture together on the stairs. Thank you, sir. Very nicely done. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. Yes, there you go. Sorry about that. Do we have all of our VIPs? Come,
Through the day, enchanting moments with you makes me love you. na na. Oh he kamana oh ya oi. E kulai avapuhi. You're as lovely as can be, my yellow ginger lady. My heart is yearning for you.
As long as you're on the second landing and up. Perfect.
Mai anakapuana kule avapuhi mele mele o heno I kapuai haina iamai anakapuana my yellow ginger lady makes me love you.
The Royal Hawaiian Band. Now, there's a reason that you are all up here. Let me share, let Coralie share with you the reason why she wanted you, our VIPs, all together where you are.
So remember that iconic photo of everybody with their white and everything? That's you 100 years later. And so on behalf of the American Red Cross, I wanted to thank you for being here for this historic moment as we celebrate 100 years of service to the people of Hawaii. Just think, 100 years from now, people will look at the photo that we're about to take. So smile, and they will thank you for perpetuating our legacy for future generations. Okay, we're going to take the picture.
Okay, go up there. While I have you as a captive audience on the stairs, before I have you come down the stairs, there are some announcements that we need to make, and let me gather them. What we're going to do is we're going to serve refreshments for those of you our VIPs under the tent. But the flag that you see up there, and I want to make sure I'm looking at Coralie to make sure I'm understanding this correct, that is a replica. The real one you are able to see inside of the throne room, inside of Iolani Palace, in the quilt room. As a matter of fact, that's on the second floor. So what they'll do is that for the next 30 minutes or so, they'll take you in groups of 10 inside of the palace. You'll need to put booties on and do all the things that are needed to be done for you to go inside of the palace. You can either line up on the steps or wait inside the tent until they're ready to take you up, and we'll make further announcements for that. If you valeted your car, you can pick up your car from the Richard Street side of the palace. Restrooms are also located along the side in the barracks building over there. So On behalf of the American Red Cross, mahalo for being a part of history. They will see you in 100 years. Make sure you tell your ancestors, okay, to watch for any picture on the American Red Cross on the stairs of Iolani Palace. And ladies and gentlemen, I turn these things right now over to the Royal Hawaiian Band. Enjoy the rest of the day, and mahalo to the American Red Cross. A nice round of applause for the American Red Cross. Please walk down carefully.
Iwaho makou I kapone Aike I kanani o kaimanahila Kaimanahila Kaumai iluna Iwaho makou I kapone Aike I kanani o kaimanahila Kaimanahila Kaumai iluna
Refreshments under the tent.
Iwaho makou I waikiki e a ike I kanani ka papahe e nalu Papahe e nalu he mali e Iwaho makou I kapi o lani paka Aike I kanani ka lino poe poe Lino poe poe O oluhi kino
Attention VIPs, they're taking the first 24 up on the stairs.
Haina I mai nagapuana Aike I kanani o kaimanahila Kaimanahila Kaumai iluna Aina I mai nagapuana Aike I kanani o kaimanahila Kaimanahila Kaumai iluna